my nib. We have a 2319 wet socks. So anyways, this is one, two, three,
Slaughter Me Street.
Sorry, yes, Slaughter Me Street. Pretty much Sesame Street
meets Five Nights at Freddy's.
With insane puppets or Muppets. It's interesting. I think the setup's a really cool idea.
Yeah.
You're sort of like creeping along a hallway from what you can tell. We got to floor 6, and then we couldn't deal with the 2 monsters. I think there's 3 monsters. So you're just creeping along with a flashlight, which seems to be a rechargeable flashlight because it doesn't work all the time.
It's one of those crappy crank ones.
Yeah, it only works for like 3 seconds, and then you hit the space bar and it's like, crap, it doesn't work anymore. And like you hear noises, you hear yourself creeping, you can hit Q and turn around, and there's not really much in controls other than that. Like,
yeah, it's basically just like
hallway, and there's an exit sign at the end.
And you just have to get to it without getting killed by the Muppets. So
if you hate jump scares, then you won't like this game. I thought it was neat. I think I got in a bundle for like $1 or $2. It wasn't. It's not really like cutting edge, but it's different. Like, we were jumping at the jump scares at first, but then you get desensitized to them.
Yeah.
Within like 2 minutes.
And you just get more frustrated.
It's one of those games. Like I appreciate what it is and what it's trying to do, but personally, I don't like games where like you have to play it that one way. I find like after a while, like it gives you a headache.
And you're just like, okay, so they're gonna jump me here, here,
yeah,
here.
It sort of seemed like there was a certain algorithm going on where, you know,
they change up where they are.
Yeah,
but
so
like even
you can't stand in one spot too. Like that's the other thing, Lynn. I kept trying to turn on my flashlight and move forward, and even that strategy didn't totally work. But it's one of those games that I think it's cool if you're playing in the dark. Apparently
with headphones.
They recommend headphones, but I think for like $5, yeah, it's a cool, scary game, but it's not really gonna replace anything. Like I don't think it's gonna be like the scariest game of all time.
Yeah, like it's not
like
the
Condemned,
next. It's not like the next Five Nights.
Yeah, it's not like Condemned, Five Nights, or what else out there?
Agony.
We haven't played that yet, but I've heard that's more gruesome than like actually like jump scares.
Yeah, and nudist.
Nudist?
Like there's a lot of nudity.
Oh, okay. I thought you meant this game, Nudist, I hadn't heard of. Yeah, it's not bad. I mean, it's not. We played it for what, 10 minutes or so,
yeah.
And I feel like that was enough for me. Like I like the concept, but I wouldn't be like going back and like trying to perfect each level. Like we got stuck actually.
Yeah.
Like, it was getting so ridiculously hard, and it's cool that they have more than one monster. I mean, it kind of reminds me. We played that game last summer or so, where you're trapped on a boat and like there's a monster following you, but we were stuck in like.
I think that was 2 summers ago, actually.
Was that 2 summers ago? It kind of reminded me of that, but like you're just on one rail, like you're not really like exploring a boat.
Yeah.
And that game has like different monsters that follow you apparently too, but I think with these type of games, like you have to be a huge fan of like the concept, and you know, they can get boring very quickly after that initial like
scare.
Yeah.
Yeah, or initial 5 scares in my case.
Yeah, at first Nick reacted strongly, like, oh, he didn't make that noise. It was like, just neat. Mostly it was a neck backwards jerk that I noticed, or like. But yeah, it wasn't a dab. No, you wishful thinking there, but it shocked me too. But I think after the first one, not so much. Yeah, I mean, if you want something different, try this game. It's something we haven't really done so much, like sort of horror games.
Yeah, I mean, like despite me saying it's no Five Nights, it is very different from the Five Nights formula, while keeping the same kind of charm of it.
Yeah.
So I mean, like again, if you want a different take, like most of the Five Nights clones are basically like you're sitting in a, but this has you actually moving, and I think that's a breath of fresh air if you want a Five Nights like that isn't confined to like one setting.
Yeah, it's not bad. I just couldn't see myself like spending an afternoon playing this. I think it's one of those like I hate to go back and say it's a short burst game, but I find it's like a short appeal game. It doesn't have a long game in planned. So
I give this a 7 out of 10.
Yeah, I think it's okay. I think it's cool at first, but I really maybe after you've enjoyed it, it's like a 6 out of 10. I couldn't go back to it so much. Unlike other games, I just find the replayability is not really there. Once you've seen the monsters,
then it's like you're desensitized.
Yeah, and there's not really much else to do. It's like, oh, it's a monster. And then you just don't want to continue because the game's gone, even after like 5-10 minutes, it got to the point where like we don't even know how to get past this. So
yeah, and it's more like, again, more frustrating than scary.
Than fun, I would say. So, anyways, I think that's it. Decent graphics though. I'm just gonna say that.
Oh yeah.
It's decent. It's good setup. I just feel like there's not a lot to do long term wise. So.
Oh, there is one more problem. The beginning of the game.
Yeah, we thought it crashed because a lot of Unity games love to crash on us.
Yeah, and like we didn't have any visual for like a good minute or so.
There was a voice, but there was no visual, so it's like.
But like it was supposed to be that way, but the problem was like like Jim was so adjusted to so many of these.
Closed it.
Yeah, and it was like, yeah, and I told him to wait, and I think that's more of a problem with Steam's end than our end because, or like even the game's end because Steam has allowed so many of these games to just like get on and then just have them crash or not even come with the
executable. There's no like guarantee that the game's going to work for everyone, right? And,
yeah.
But it's gotten better now, but.
Yeah. But yeah, it's more of a problem with the industry rather than the game itself.
Yeah, well, just how it is, yeah. Alright, well, keep on gaming.
And now we're gonna eat you.
Yeah.
Just kidding. GG, boys.
Yeah. Tell me how to get to Sesame Street. Or is that Slaughter Street?
Slaughter Me Street.
Yeah. Bye.